ஏன் கொடி பறக்க வேண்டிய இடத்துல வேற எவன் கொடிதான் பறக்கும்?
சிடிஐ அமைப்புகள் சேகரிப்பு நெட்வொர்க்குகளின் அளவு முதல் அவற்றின் பன்முகத்தன்மை வரையிலான சில முக்கிய சிக்கல்களை எதிர்கொள்கின்றன. இது இறுதியில் அவர்கள் தங்கள் சமிக்ஞைகளில் வைக்கக்கூடிய நம்பிக்கையின் அளவை பாதிக்கிறது. தவறான நேர்மறைகள் அல்லது நச்சுத்தன்மையை தவிர்க்க அவை போதுமான அளவு புதியவை மற்றும் போதுமான நம்பகமானவையா? காலாவதியான தரவுகளில் நான் செயல்படும் அபாயம் உள்ளதா? இந்த வேறுபாடு முக்கியமானது, ஏனெனில் ஒரு தகவல் ஒரு முடிவெடுக்கும் உதவியாளர் மட்டுமே, அதே சமயம் செயல்படக்கூடிய தகவல் ஒரு ஆக்கிரமிப்பாளருக்கு எதிராக நேரடியாக ஆயுதமாக்கப்படலாம். மூல தரவுகள் வைக்கோல்களாக இருந்தால், தகவல் வைக்கோல்களாகவும், ஊசிகள் செயல்படக்கூடிய சமிக்ஞையாகவும் இருக்கும். சேகரிப்பு நெட்வொர்க்குகளின் அளவு மற்றும் பல்வேறு புள்ளிகளை விளக்க, குறிப்பாக யாரையும் பெயரிடாமல், ஒரு பெரிய சிடிஎன் வழங்குநரை கற்பனை செய்வோம். HTTP-கள் மூலம் மிகப்பெரிய அளவில் உள்ளடக்கத்தை வழங்குவதே உங்கள் பங்கு. இது நிறைய கவனம் மற்றும் சிக்னல்களை ஈர்க்கிறது, ஆனால் HTTP லேயரில் மட்டுமே. மேலும், எந்தவொரு புத்திசாலித்தனமான தாக்குதலாளியும் உங்கள் IP வரம்புகளை, பொதுவான மற்றும் உங்கள் AS-இல் அறியப்பட்டவை, ஆய்வு செய்வதை தவிர்க்கலாம். எனவே, கண்மூடித்தனமான ஹேட்லிங் துப்பாக்கிகள், ஸ்கேனர்கள் அல்லது HTTP லேயரின் நேரடி தாக்குதல்களை மட்டுமே நீங்கள் பெறுவீர்கள். இது மிகவும் குறுகிய கவனம். Now if you are a large or whatever glorified antivirus, you also can argue that you have a huge detection network spanning millions of devices, of wealthy enterprises. Because let's face it, not every non-profit public hospital or local library can afford to pay for those tools. Hence you potentially only see threats targeted at sophisticated actors, and mostly the ones carried by malware on LAN machines. On the honeypot front, there is no silver bullet either. The Gatling gun scanners represent the background radioactivity of the internet. A sort of static noise which is constantly present in the surroundings of any internet connected device. Here, the problem is rather that no decent cyber criminal group will use any meaningful resources to target a honeypot machine. What's the point of investing some DDoS resources in knocking down a straw dummy? Would you use any meaningful exploit or tool, let alone burn your IP, on a potential target? Honeypots collect intentions, automated exploitation, something along the lines of, this IP wants to know if you're still vulnerable to log 4J. Stay ahead of the game with SruTsearch, an open source security suite that offers SruTsearch protection against malicious apps. With its simple integration into your existing security infrastructure, you gain behavioral detection and automated remediation. Plus, you will benefit from highly actionable cyber threat intelligence with zero false positives and a reduced volume of alerts built from a network of 190K machines spread over 180 countries. Don't fight alone, let the crowd support you. Get started with SruTsearch for free. Join the SruTsearch community. It can be interesting to a certain extent, but it is limited to low-hanging fruits. Also, your diversity is limited by your capacity to spread in many different places. If all your probes, honeypots are sitting over 10 hours, just 3 or 4 different clouds, you can't see everything, and you can be dodged, meaning criminals can voluntarily skip your IP ranges to avoid detection. You also need to organize your deployment system for every platform, and yet you'll only see the IP node doesn't GCP, AWS, or whatever cloud you're working with. And since those providers are no NGOs, your network size is also limited by money. If a fully automated HP running on XYZ cloud costs you $20 monthly, your pocket must be deep to run thousands of them. Establishing a counter offensive to curb the trajectory of mass cyber criminality, we need to act on a resource that is limited in essence, otherwise, you cannot organize a proper shortage. The famous Conti leaks cast an interesting light upon the actual pain points of a large cybercrime group. Obviously, crypto, money laundering, recruitment, payrolls, the classical ones you'd expect. But interestingly enough, when you read the exchanges on their internal chart system, you can see IP, changing them, borrowing, renting, cleaning them, installing the tool, migrating DevOps and C2, it is costly. Both time மற்றும் money wise. There are nearly infinite variations of hashes and SHA-1 offers a space of 260 possibilities. So collecting them is one thing, but you almost show any new malware variation will have a different signature. As we speak, most of the procedures of any decent cyber criminal group already include the modification of one byte before sending the payload to a target. Aiming at domain names is fighting against an infinite space in size as well. You can book domain 1, domain 2, domain 3, each. There is technically no limit to the number of variations. There are smart systems out there, protecting your brand and second if any domain names similar to yours have been booked lately. These pre-crime style systems are very helpful to deal with an upcoming phishing attempt. You start to be proactive with this kind of stance மற்றும் tools. It's anyway useful to track மற்றும் index malevolent binaries based on their hashes or the C2 they try to contact or even index an IP trying to auto exploit known CVE, but doing so is a rather reactive stance. You don't strike back by knowing the position or tactic of the enemy, you do so by repelling its offensive capabilities, and this is where IP addresses are very interesting. The system is decades old and will still be there after us. It's now there is a resource that actually is in scarcity, IPv4. The historic IP space is limited to around 4 billion of them. Bringing the fight to this ground is efficient because if the resource is in scarcity, you can actually be proactive and burn IP address as fast as you are aware one is used by the enemy. Now, this landscape is an ever-evolving one. VPN providers, Tor, and residential proxy apps offer a way for cybercriminals to borrow an IP address, let alone the fact that they can leverage some from already compromised servers on the dark web. So if an IP address is used at a moment in time, it's possible that it isn't anymore the next hour and you then generate a false positive if you block it. The solution is to create a crowdsourcing tool protecting all sizes of businesses, across all types of places, geographies, clouds, homes, private cops DMs each, and on all types of protocols. If the network is big enough, this IP rotation isn't a problem, because if the network stops reporting an IP, you can release it, whereas the new one rising in a number of reports needs to be integrated into a block list. The larger the network, the more real-time it becomes. You can monitor almost any protocol except UDP-based ones, which must be excluded since it's easy to spoof packets over UDP. So by considering reports on a UDP-based protocol for banning an IP, you could easily be tricked. Other than that, every protocol is good to monitor. As well, you can definitely look for CVE, but even better, for behavior. By doing so, you can catch business-oriented aggressions that may not only be CVE based. A simple example, beyond the classical L7 DDoS scans, credential bretefarche of Stefan is scalping. Scalping is the action of photo, buying a product with a bot on a website and reselling it for a benefit on eBay for example. It's a business layer issue, not really a security related one. The open source system SUSH was designed exactly to enable this strategy. Finally, for the last 2 decades, we were told IPv4 is coming, be ready. Well, let's say we had time to prepare. But it's really here now and 9G deployment will only accelerate its usage exponentially. IPv4 changes the stage with a new IP addressable pool as big as 228. This is still limited in many ways, not the least because OLVR IP ranges are not fully used yet, but also because everyone is getting many IPv4 addresses at once, not just one. Still, we speak about a vast amount of them now. Let's couple AI மற்றும் crowdsourcing. When data start to flow massively from a large crowd-sourced network and the resource you try to shrink is getting larger, AI sounds like a logical alley to explore. The network effect is already a good start on its own. An example here could be credential stuffing. If an IP uses several login pass couples at your place, you'd call it a credential bretefarche. Now, at the network scale, if you have the same IP knocking at different places using different login pass, it's credential stuffing, someone trying to reuse stolen credentials in many places to see if they are valid. The fact that you see the same action, leveraging the same credentials from many different angles, gives you an extra indication of the purpose of the behavior itself. Now, to be honest, you don't need AI to sort out credential bretefarche from credential reuse or credential stuffing, but there are places where it can excel though, specifically when teamed with a large network to get heaps of data. Another example could be a massive internet scan made using 1024 hosts. Each host could scan only one port and that would likely go unnoticed. Except if you see, in many different places, the same IP scanning the same port within a similar time frame. Again, barely visible at the individual scale, obvious on a large one. On the other hand, AI algorithms are good at identifying patterns that wouldn't be visible if you look only in one place at a time but blatant at the scale of a large network. Representing the data into appropriate structures using graphs and embeddings can uncover complex degrees of interaction between IP address ranges or even AS, autonomous systems. This lead to identifying cohorts of machines working in unison toward the same goal. If several IP addresses are sequencing an attack in many steps like scanning, exploiting, installing a backdoor, and then using the target server to join a DDoS effort, those patterns can repeat in logs. So if the ஒன்று STONEIP of the cohort is visible at a given timestamp and the இரண்டு in 10 minutes later and so on, and this pattern repeats with the same tips in many places, you can safely tell everyone to ban the 4 IP address at once. AI மற்றும் கிரவுட் சோர்ஸ் சிக்னல்களுக்கு இடையே உள்ள ஒருங்கிணைப்பு ஒருவருக்கொருவர் வரம்புகளை திறம்பட நிவர்த்தி செய்ய அனுமதிக்கிறது. இணைய அச்சுறுத்தல்கள் குறித்த நிகழ்நேர தரவுகளின் செல்வத்தை கூட்ட ஆதார சமிக்ஞைகள் வழங்கினாலும் அவை துல்லியம் மற்றும் சூழல் இல்லாமல் இருக்கலாம், இறுதியில் தவறான நேர்மறைகளுக்கு வழிவகுக்கும். மறுபுறம் AI அல்காரிதம்கள் பொதுவாக ஒரு பெரிய அளவிலான தரவை உறிஞ்சிய பின்னரே பொருத்தமானதாக மாறும். பதிலுக்கு, அந்த மாதிரிகள் இந்த சிக்னல்களை செம்மைப்படுத்தவும் பகுப்பாய்வு செய்யவும், சத்தத்தை நீக்கவும் மற்றும் மறைக்கப்பட்ட வடிவங்களை வெளிப்படுத்தவும்